Mm. So, good day, Dr. Limos. I am Angeline Dapucanta, and today I will be discussing the strategic thinking and vision-driven leadership. And it is under the educational leadership. So this topic will help us understand how effective leadership in both public and private organization. So think strategically and lead with a vision to guide their institution towards success. So, what is educational leadership? So, this educational leadership is the process of guiding an institution to achieve its educational goals. So, this also focuses on improving learning outcomes, managing resources, and inspiring people. So, leadership matters because it shapes the school culture, improves teacher performance, and enhances the students' learning also. So, why leadership matters? So, why it really matters? Because so leadership because it shapes the school culture, improves teachers' performance, enhances students' outcomes. So in educational leadership, why it is matter that leaderships really matters is that in educational leaderships, it refers to the ability of school heads or administrators to guide teachers, um, students, and the entire institution towards the achieving common educational objectives. So um, a good leader sets directions. So improves. They also create strategies and motivates others to achieve excellence. So they are also focused on learning, managing, and people. So it is leadership is not just also supervising. It also involves improving students' learning, managing finances and resources wisely, and building positive relationship within the school community. So it is the importance of the leadership is that leadership defines the school's culture and influences. So teachers' attitudes and students' motivation. So when leaders are competent and inspiring, the whole community performs better. So what is the strategic thinking? So strategic thinking is the ability to see the big picture. So you are seeing the big picture, anticipating it, and the challenges. So you can see that making decisions that also align with the long-term goals. So um, uh, based on the meaning of strategic thinking, uh, it is also vision-oriented planning, innovation, and creativity. So evidence-based of decision making. So why is it all that? So seeing the big picture, strategic thinkers that just the don't focus only on a daily task. So they understand how every actions contributes to the school's future. So why they anticipating challenges, they predict um, possible issues like funding shortages and low performance before they occur. So why they are vision oriented? So strategic thinking is that every plan is guided by what the school wants to achieve long long term, such as higher literacy rates or improve teachers quality. So um, this strategy is that it is really innovation and creativity, or innovative rather. Strategic leaders introduce new methods like technologies or approaches or improve learning. So they are not just making guesses when making decisions. They also they are evidence-based decisions. So they rely on the data, like such as test results, attendance, and the feedbacks. So instead of guesses when making decision. So these are the key elements, which is the vision-oriented planning, innovation and creativity, anticipation of challenges and opportunities. As what I said also, it is an evidence-based decision making. So what is vision-driven relationship? Leadership rather. So a leadership approach that centers around a clear, compelling vision, guiding all actions and strategies towards achieving that vision. So this meaning itself has the core aspects, which is the shared vision among the stakeholders, motivation and inspiration, alignment of goals and values, long-term commitment. So, in clear and inspiring vision, a leader must have a mental picture of what success looks like for their school, like producing globally competitive learners. So, they must picture out those. So, what in it motivation and inspiration, a vision driven leader communicates the vision passionately so that everyone feels inspired to contribute. So alignment of goals and values. So the school's objectives, program, and teachers' efforts should match the mission and vision of the school. So long-term commitment. So it is encouraged to um, have a long-term commitment in the vision-driven leaders stay consistent and patient, understanding that achieving great change takes time. So strategic thinking versus vision-driven leadership. So these are the aspect, which is the focus, goal, and the time frame and processes. What are the difference in this strategic thinking and vision driven leadership? So in the aspect of focus, analytical and logical in strategic thinking, but in a vision driven leadership, it's inspirational and motivational. So in goal, effective planning, in a strategic thinking, but in vision driven, achieving a shared vision. So you must achieve a shared vision. But in the time frame, then strategic thinking, it is short to long term only. But in the vision driven leadership, it's long term and future focus. So in process, decision making and evaluation for strategic thinking, in vision driven leadership, it is the motivation and the direction. So um For strategic thinking, to explain this to in strategic thinking, it deals more with planning and analysis, asking how do we get there. So that's the big question in strategic thinking. While in vision driven leadership answers why we do this. So why we do this, and inspires others to follow. So as that, you can see the difference of this strategic thinking and vision driven relationship. So but this two is both are essentials. So a leader without a vision may be efficient but uninspiring, while a visionary without strategy may have dreams but no clear path to success. So it is very important that these two, or a leader must have these two um leadership kind of leadership. So strategic thinking in public education. So development of school improvement plans based on data and community base. So public schools analyze student performance, attendance, and local challenges to design data-based action plans. So aligning curriculum goals with the vision and mission. Plans are made consistent with national goals of quality, inclusive, and equitable education. So in the strategic allocation of resources in teachers, budget, and technology, um, funds, teachers, and materials are distributed to areas of greatest needs to ensure efficiency. Why it also strategic that's the strategic allocation of resources while involving in stakeholders in decision making. So it is really important to have the stakeholders participation. Teachers, parents, and community are consulted to promote transparency and shared accountability. Best example is that a principal implementing a reading intervention program after analyzing literacy data. So we're going to the strategic thinking in private education. So in private education, um, like example, in my institution, which is private, or my school, which is private, um, market analysis to remain competitive. So private schools study enrollment trends and community expectation to stay relevant. So you have a marketing analysis so that you can recruit more students to enroll in your institution. Strategic branding and program differentiation. So they create unique programs, like for example in STEM, arts or bilingual education to attract students. In my school, we have a language, what we call it, additional um, subject for language, which is Chinese and Spanish. So that is the additional education uh, for bilingual education in my school. So in curriculum innovation aligned with global standards. So it is a curriculum innovation. So updating subjects and teaching methods to meet international and modern job market demands. So in my school, um, every school year, we have um, we improve or we updated always our um, curriculum. We innovate yearly our curriculum to so that we can be aligned the 21st century of education for our students. So continuous improvement through teaching training. So teacher training is a regularly trained a new pedagogies and technologies to maintain high standards. So in my school also, uh, we have our yearly uh, seminars where we are going to improve our skills in our designated area. And also weekly, we have our PLC, which is professional um, learning competencies to improve our strategies in managing classroom, how to handle best the um, what strategies we could do in the future if we do that and we encounter that, and also to enhance more our strategies in teaching. So, and the best example is that a private school investing in STEM and international partnerships to attract students. So, we are in the vision driven in public organizations. So, driven by different vision, which is that they have the quote that we dream of Filipinos who passionately love their country. So leaders ensure that the department's dreams of nation-loving lifelong learners is visible in daily school operations. So leaders translate national goals into school level actions. So it implementing programs like feeding initiatives, remedial classes, or community outreach as like so well, that should be the actions. So promotes the also it also promotes inclusivity, access, and quality education. So ensuring that all learners, including those with disabilities or from poor families, are included. So that they inspire more to go to school and to learn. So it is better that the school has this uh, um, the school or the institution rather make them feel that they are included. So integrity inspires teachers to uphold integrity and commitment. So this integrity and service visionary leaders model honesty and dedication, motivation to motivating teachers to go beyond their duties. So one of the example is that the as superintendent leading a zero dropout campaign. So how we could we do a zero dropout campaign? So by doing by doing this is that we really go beyond with our a teacher's duty, not just a teacher but also with the heads. Um, um, we they approach the students or the family of the students that they are included in the school or also they are welcome in the school. So in vision driven relationship in private organizations, so guided by the school's core philosophies or religion values. So Private schools often follow spiritual or moral principles that guide their mission, as like my schools, which is the Divine Word School of Samara Island Incorporated. It is a Christian community, or the goal of the school is a Christian academic community, not just academically, but they are um, Christian. We can produce uh, um, we build their religion, which so that we have a two purpose in our school. So focus on students' character formation and global competencies. So we in our school we see it a holistic development. Leadership ensures that education addresses not only academics but also character, discipline, and emotional growth. That's what we do in our school. So leaders create a strong school identity and culture. So institutional identity, vision-driven leaders build traditions, values, and pride that distinguish their school from others. So we have our own uniqueness to distinguish our own school. So, for example, a private Catholic school focusing on faith-based holistic formation, like what we did in our school. So, qualities of strategic and visionary leadership. So, the qualities of this two is that in innovative mindset, they welcome change and find creative ways to solve problems. So, in strong communication skills, they effectively share ideas, listen to feedback, and motivate others. So, data informed decision making. So, they use reports and evidence to guide their actions. So, commitment to professional growth, they continually improve through seminars, training, and self-reflections. And as like what we did in our schools is that we have PLC every Wednesday. So the whole 4 hours remaining of our day is that, or the half day or the afternoon, the whole afternoon is that we have a PLC for us, all teachers, to improve our strategies and empowerment of teachers and students. So they delegate responsibility and encourage teachers to and students to take initiatives. So this is how empowerment of teachers and students be. So what are the benefits to organizations? So clear directions and shared purpose. So everyone knows that the school goals and how to achieve them. So everyone knows how to know knows how to achieve them. So increase motivation and morally. So teachers and staff feel inspired when they understand the purpose of their work. So better adaptability to change. The school can quickly adjust to new educational policies or crises like pandemics. So as what we did in our school, as what I said earlier, that yearly we updated our school curriculum program for to catch up the 21st generation of education. So we teachers are trained that to adapt. So we are trained to being flexible uh, to the newly mandated of the heads. So long-term institutional success. So limited training. Many leaders lack continuous leadership educations, so making it hard to implement complex plans. So challenges faced. So challenges faced is that some the resistance to change is that some teachers or staff may um, prefer old system and resist new methods. So we need to face, uh, we need to be flexible to adapt that in today's new generation. So we teachers may not prefer the old ways because we need to catch up into these generations with which is alpha generations. And it is more on technologies. So lack of resources. Public schools may lack of funds, while private school may face declining of enrollment. But in our school, we are so very blessed that we are, um, our enrollment is still booming because with the help of the company to us. So misalignment between vision and practice. So the misalignment of this that sometimes the school's daily activities do not reflect its stated vision. So limited leadership training, um, many leaders lack continuous leadership education, making it hard to implement complex plans. So the strategies to strengthen leadership. So what would be the strategies that we are going to do to strengthen our leadership? So continuous professional development. Uh, Leaders should attend workshops and training to update their skills. So collaborative vision setting, everyone in the organization should help create or refine the school's vision so they feel ownership. So data-driven planning. Decision must be based on facts, not on assumptions. And it's really true. Transparent communication, leaders must be open, honest to gain trust. So if you are not honest in yourself, so then how do you expect that your subordinates or your underlings will trust you, right? So monitoring and evaluation. So regularly assess if plans are working and make improvements when necessary. So the conclusion of this report is that a great leader doesn't just think strategically. They dream boldly, act with purpose, and inspire others to move forward. So strategic and um, so both strategic and vision-driven leadership ensures educational institutions remain relevant and impactful. So both public and private schools needs leaders who plan wisely and lead with vision. So the quotes is all about the a truly effective um, leader combines the strategy and the vision thinking wisely while dreaming boldly. So strategic and vision driven relationship is vital in both public and private schools because it ensures directions, growth, and sustainability. So a good leader a leader not only manages but also inspires, um, unites, and transforms people toward one in a common goal. And this is all my report. Thank you.